Hello guys, it's me, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial on Party Island. And the tempo is 155, I don't think I said it on Cave Island, but we're going to get right into this. I'm going to do Cloud Island next. I know I said I was going to do Cloud Island on Cave Island, but I'm going to do Cloud Island next and then Space Island, which is the weird part to it. It does have a part 2, but this can fit all of it. All of the other islands can fit their whole song in it besides Space Island. It's a really long song, but I'm going to stop talking and let's get to this tutorial. So Mammoth goes like this. He does that until measure 8. He does that until measure 8, and he also does it on measure 17 until measure 24, and he also does it on measure 33, and he stops there. And Noggin technically follows him. Anywhere where Noggin plays, anywhere where Mammoth plays, Noggin plays. Besides one part, which is the middle verse of the part where Tweedle plays, and I'll get to that later. He plays like this. Yep, he does that until measure 32. And Potbelly plays on measure 1 till 3 and 5 till 7, I think. The note is the last note is going to be different on this. It's the same thing, but the note is lower. Yep, till measure 7. And he does not play on measure 17. He plays on measure 33. He plays on measure 33. The same note the first time. And then he plays on measure 37, and the note is different right there. And Tweedle, like I said, Tweedle's different. She plays like this. She doesn't start on measure 30. She actually starts on measure 227 on the middle verse, and she starts to measure 11 on the first verse, and on the last verse, I'm too lazy to scroll, but actually not really, but, and then he plays on measure 42, I think. She plays 243, and the same thing on the last verse, and she keeps doing that. Like the others, she keeps playing from that starting point till the end of it, which I said, 25 to 32, 41 to 56. It's a long ending, 15 measures. And measure 9 to measure 17, yeah. Or is measure 16, something like that. Her last verse is 48, and then she doesn't play right here. She plays again to 53. And then the ending is right here on 56. Oh. And yeah, that's Tweedle. Quibble's one of my favorites. He plays on measure 9 to measure 16. Plays from measure 25 to 33, or 32, and plays from measure 41 to 56, and goes like that. He starts on measure 41, and then, I did that wrong. The starting point is right here. Well, not really. It's technically right here. That, don't worry about yet. So, this is him. And then he has a different noting. He plays like that. Only on 4 measures. And then he goes back to that. And once you saw earlier, he starts playing that on measure 37 to measure 40, which technically he actually keeps playing on measure 41, but different notes. But what he really starts on is measure 23. Actually, no, he plays on measure 21. He sounds like this. That sounding is different. And then he goes into that first. Which then, Shrub, he plays... Well, yeah, he plays on measure 21 to 24. And he plays on measure 5 to measure 9, measure 8. Same thing, but it's another note right there. And then he plays on measure 33 to measure 41. Same thing, technically. Octopus, he plays on measure 30. He plays on measure 39. It goes like this. He also plays toward the beginning, which is technically measure 3. He also plays on measure 7 to measure 9, measure 8. And Furcorn is technically the same verse with Tweedle, but instead of doing like that, it's Furcorn kind of repeating Tweedle a little, but higher notes. And the first time he joins in, he doesn't do that. So yeah, Tweedle goes like that, and then the second time, Furcorn goes like this. And then Furcorn goes like that. Yeah, and Furcorn does the same thing on measure 25. No, actually, technically 27. Instead of taking a couple measures, he actually plays on where Tweedle starts, but not like that. Not like there. He plays right there instead, on measure ahead. And then he plays until measure 33. And then on measure 41, he doesn't play. He doesn't actually play until measure 45. And then he does the same thing with that. I'm messing up so badly. And then they all take a break until measure 53. Technically 52 for Tweedle, but yeah. Until measure 56. So that's Furcorn and Tweedle. Maw, he starts on measure 25. He starts on measure 25 till 33. But I'll show the ending one because it's technically the same thing on measure 25. And he starts in the very beginning of it. I really love Moz sounding. And just copy and paste that to the other measures. And Pom Pom doesn't play on the last part. Kinda she does, but I don't really know how to do that. She plays right here where Quibble joins in. Like, she plays right here. So she starts it like this. And then Quibble comes in, and then she does it again. And she does that the same on the first time around with her, but it's right here. But on the first time, Pom Pom does it in the verse with Tweedle. Goes like this. And that's Pom Pom. Bogart is Stog. I know a lot of people use Cybop and Riff, but this one's Bogart. On the Space Island, Bogart is himself, and Cybop and Riff is Stog. And yeah, but this is Bogart, technically Stog, on measure 9. And he plays the same thing on the ending, but he starts on measure 45 and measure 25 till measure 33, measure 45 till measure 56. And he sounds like this from measure 9 to measure 17. And then he's kind of like Quibble. He adds more notes. Then it just repeats that. But then T-Rox is different. He's Ziggurat basically, so he's with Deej. It goes like this. And he plays through the whole thing, so don't worry about any misjudges about him. He plays through the whole song, so just copy and paste through until measure 56. But I added a little thing on measure 9 where he does actually T-Rox's part. Well, yeah, that's T-Rox, but technically, instead, T-Rox is also replaced with Rare T-Rox, which is only available in My Singing Monsters Composer, so that's all you can do. But in My Singing Monsters, you can actually add the Ziggurat part and then add the T-Rox part, so that's good for you guys. But I added this. I know it doesn't really sound like it, but when you add T-Rox with it, it does. Even though you can't really hear T-Rox. So yeah, that's Rare T-Rox. And I'm going to show the whole song after. And the last one is technically Chorister. We already did Deej. And Chorister, I just added this because nobody had this, but this is what Chorister sounds like. And then he does the same thing right there. But then on measure 25, he goes like this because it's technically Candelarva's part. I couldn't really add another chorister part there, so I had to just have it with the actual chorister part. And he does the same thing on measure 40. Not 45. He plays on measure 45 right here. And until the ending. So that's the tutorial. And I don't want to miss any guys like I did last time. So hopefully you enjoyed this. And let's hear the whole song. This is the whole song. Oh yeah, Maw doesn't play on this part. He plays on the second verse and third. I think I already said that, just to make sure. And you'll see that Deej and T-Rox play through the whole thing. Not Rare T-Rox, though. Some of these monsters I couldn't really add because I didn't really know how they sounded. Like Scups and that one monster that's kind of like a tambourine. You can see how Maw adds a really nice sound to the song. We're almost to the last verse, and then that's it. See how everything just stops? And everything just comes back. And you'll see what I mean when Tweedle and Furcorn stop. See, they don't sing on this. I was doing some research with the actual song of Party Island, so I knew what was going on. And Maw plays through the entire last verse, and Quibble too. And T-Rox and Deej. So that was the tutorial and a little bonus at the end with the whole song. So I really hope you liked this tutorial, and if it helped, I'll do Cloud Island next. Then Space. I'm not ready for that, but hopefully you enjoyed this, and I might do a continent. I'll just try to see how I'm going to do that. So, bye guys. Hopefully you liked it. Subscribe and like. Bye.